Collection phase. The collection phase focuses on gathering and collecting information. Steps in the collection phase, and there they are. Analyzing intelligence task, mission, and identifying information requirements. Identifying where the information can be obtained. Identifying and specifying the information requirements and methods of collections. Gathering information and collate it into one central repository. Evaluate the information. Determine the validity, reliability, and sensitivity, and begin to make a judgment about that information. Again, there is so much information out there, you can only sample a very small portion of it. But make sure it's the most reliable information that you can find. Don't get sucked in by these websites and other ones that really don't have any vetting process as to what they publish. And sometimes even the major news organizations such as CNN, MSNBC, Fox, etc., they are in such a rush sometimes to get stories out there, they don't properly vet them or check them out, and as it turns out, sometimes they're not true. So you have to be very careful of that. General ideas to collect information. Now think about it. Look at the bottom of the screen before I blow it up. You're halfway done with this presentation. Take a break and gather your thoughts on the intelligence cycle. Think of the different situations that you can see the same process. Get up, let this pause, go take a drink, come back, grab a sandwich. That's one of my favorites. And just start thinking about that intelligence cycle of open source and closed source and how you can use this in everyday life. And you can, ladies and gentlemen. So take a little break here and then come back. Okay, thanks for coming back. Ask the right question in order to determine the seriousness of the threat. And determine sources of information. Critical. Planning methods of information collection. Methods. Overt. It's an activity undertaken to gather the information which do not attempt to conceal the existence of those activities or mission. Interviews, surveys, requesting information, use of police powers, or collecting open source information. Covert methods are activities which attempt to collect information without revealing the existence of those activities, including confidential requests for information, surveillance, telephone intercepts, listening devices, informants, or undercover operatives. Why is it vital? Because it will develop a systematic and planned approach to our collection of information. Information collection planning. 2 reasons for the adoption of the information or the intelligence collection plan. To ensure that we collect information in an efficient manner and to ensure that we collect information in an effective manner. And those are the keys, ladies and gentlemen. You need the ICP, the Intelligence Collection Plan, and those are the 2 main reasons, efficiency and effective. Steps. Is the information requirements of the intelligence task mission? What information is needed to be collected? Who will we collect this information from, and how will we collect this information? Who will we use to collect this information, and when should they collect it? Short statement of the mission and intelligence task. Excuse me for a minute while I take a drink here. We've been at this for a little while. There's a brief description of the background of the mission. The list of information requirements. The list of sources and agencies that need to be consulted. Format. Methods of collection that will be used to gather this information. List of who will collect the information and the timeframes they need it, and details of any factors that may affect the collection of information. The collection plan is a dynamic tool used to coordinate and integrate the efforts of all collection units and agencies. It's merely a management tool to assist the collection manager in the process. It is a mental process and there's no prescribed format. It is merely an aid and not a substitute for thinking about it. So you might have a plan, ladies and gentlemen, but you need to have a lot of fluidity within the plan and make sure that it's carried out very carefully. The number of inquiries undertaken during the intelligence process can be significant. Often we will forget what the information we have requested or overlooked and sources or agencies that we have not yet considered. So think about that. When you develop an ICP plan, the intelligence collection plan, sometimes you're, again, only sampling a very small part of the information. We really have to take time and look at the broader picture. Is it in a timely fashion? Are we collecting it efficiently? Are we on target as far as our mission goes? Those types of things.